We got good energy, we got bad energy, we got energy, we got ComEd energy. I got energy.
He clearly has energy.
No, but let's dive into it. Let's dive into energy. Energy is like super, super, super important, especially in the music industry. And, for me, I feel like, first of all, when we talking about energy, I'm thinking like God energy. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking about, everybody's perspective is different. But for me, like, I'm strongly rooted in the word of God and all that. For anybody that doesn't know, well, now you know.
Period.
But I'm deeply rooted in the word of God and all that. So it's like when I think of energy, I think of God when he said, let there be light. And it's like there was so much power in his words, and like the words that he spoke is what created creation. So we take that and then we juxtapose it to just how words have power in general. And I think everyone can agree with that, even if no one agreed with the first portion of what I said. What we can agree with is that words have power and words possess their own type of energy, which is why what you put out into the world with your words or what you put out into the world with your vibes, you typically is going to come right back to you. I mean, it's just inevitable that it's going to. And what you think, the energy that you feel, people can feel that energy, whether it's positive or negative. So energy is a very, very, very powerful tool, especially in the music industry, because it can make or break any artist or anyone, any music professional or anyone in general in any industry.
Right. And I think you bring a good point up with music and energy, because as stated previously, artists express themselves in their music and in their songwriting. And as an artist, it's your responsibility, I feel, to put out good energy, because that energy manifests itself into the hearts and minds of other people, including our youth and the impressionable folk out in the universe and in the world. As such, with a responsibility like that, I think it's very important to be mindful about the things that you're saying and the things that you're putting out in your music, because like you said, you can put out feel good vibes and happy energy and good energy, and when people listen to your music, that's what they're going to get. They're going to want to dance, they're going to want to groove, they're going to want to vibe. But if you are spewing nonsense, hateful rhetorics, divisive rhetorics, violence, disrespect, it can cause people to shift their behaviors to align with what they're listening to, because the energy that they're getting is negative as opposed to feel good or positive. And I think that music is one of the most powerful tools that God has bestowed upon mankind, because as far back as we can remember, music has been a part of our lives. And I'm not just talking about you and I'm talking about people. People have been creating sounds with their voices and with their bodies and with things around them, and creating instruments out of wood. And it's been such an ingrained part of our life and our culture that is how we express happiness and our feelings and sadness and all different types of things. And that's how our ancestors put out that energy. And segueing that back to today, I feel like it's so important for people to understand the power that music has and not take it lightly. And in doing so, we have to be cautious about the things that we say, the beats that we sing or rap on, and always keep in the back of our minds that the people listening are going to absorb that energy and use that energy in ways that we may not have even seen or intended. Like maybe that person, let's say an artist is not very connected with their music and they just want to make music because that's what I wanted to do. Like some people just like to make music because they just like making music, and it's not that deep. They're a couple of artists that I can think of who shall remain nameless who create music. Just
And that's because these niggas is playing with some shit that they don't understand.
don't y'all
Now-
love Matt's side comments? Like,
Now, if you understood it, then you will realize why you didn't want to put out certain energies into this world. But continue.
there are some people who remain nameless who do just make music just to be making music. But when they do that, there are people who are listening who are more impressionable and may idolize that person, may think this is someone that I could be like. I resonate with this person, this artist, and everything that they say, everything that they do is facts to me. Like, I might not even do that shit, and it's facts. I might not even have thought about that, and I'm down. And that can cause that person to get into a world of trouble or create a lifestyle for themselves that they didn't even see. And that responsibility should weigh very heavily on an artist and a songwriter and producers, because I feel in this churn and burn society where everyone is just trying to get the next hit and just push out music to feed algorithms and hit the DSPs and all of that stuff, there's not enough heart being put in music. And that's what I miss. I miss the heart of music, the soul. Like, R&B is R&B, but where is the soul in R&B? I feel like that is lacking. And that soul to me was the essence, the energy that manifested itself for generations, which is why we can go back to those iconic hits from Lionel Richie and Marvin Gaye and Michael Jackson, like the goats of our time and our parents' time. But that energy preserved itself so well over time. But there's not a lot of that anymore. And I wonder if that is lacking because people are so concerned with numbers and so concerned with trying to be social media icons or be famous. Like, what are your thoughts? I don't know.